Hello and welcome to my third and last part of this tutorial. We're going to make this dragon at the end. What we have left to make is the tail and the muzzle. We're going to start now with the tail. If you're making this one exactly, use a red yarn. And if you're making this one, the purple one that I'm doing now, you can just continue and use the purple color. So for the tail, we are going to start with a magic circle. And for row 1, we're going to make 4 single crochets into the magic circle. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you take the end of the yarn and you pull. Yes, with plush yarn it sometimes might be difficult, but here we've done it. Okay, now you take your stitch marker and you put it into the last stitch that we made. Okay, now for row 2 we're going to make single crochet in the first stitch and then increase into the second stitch for total twice until we get to the stitch marker. Let's do it together. Into the first stitch, make a single crochet. Next stitch, make an increase. Into the next stitch, make a single crochet. And into the last stitch, you need to take out the stitch marker and make an increase. That's 1 and 2 into the same stitch. Okay. Now we finished row 2 and we have 6 single crochets around. Take your stitch marker and put it back into the last stitch that we made. For row number 3, we're going to make 1 single crochet on the first stitch and then increase into the second stitch for total 3 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it together. Single crochet in the first stitch, increase into the next stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, and an increase into the next stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, and for last stitch take out the stitch marker and make an increase. So we finished row 3 and we have 9 stitches around. Take your stitch marker and put it back in the last stitch that we made. Now we're going to make 2 more rows of 9 single crochets around, which means 2 rows of 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So let's do 1 row together. Single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, like that, 1 single crochet in each stitch around until we get to the stitch marker. For last stitch, take out the stitch marker and oh, it wasn't the last one, this one the last one. Okay, and make a single crochet. So now at the end of row 4 we have 9 single crochets. You go and do another row of 9 single crochets, and I will meet you at the end before I finish the row. So I'm just about to finish the row. For last stitch, take out the stitch marker and make a single crochet. Now at the end of row 5 we should have 9 single crochets around. Put back your stitch marker into the last stitch. Okay. For row number 6 we're going to make single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, and an increase into the third stitch for total 3 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do that together. Single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, and an increase into the third stitch. That's one time. Let's do it again. Single crochet, single crochet, and an increase. And one more time. Single crochet, single crochet, and for the last stitch take out the stitch marker and make an increase. So we finished row 6 and we have 12 single crochets around. Take back your stitch marker and put it into the last stitch. For row number 7 and row number 8, that means for 2 rows we're going to make 12 single crochets around, which means 1 single crochet in each stitch around until you get to the stitch marker. So let's do one row together. Single crochet in the first, single crochet in the second, single crochet in the third, just like that. Keep doing single crochets all the way until you get to the stitch marker. Okay, we're at the last stitch. Take out the stitch marker and make a single crochet. So we finished row 7 and we have 12 single crochets around. Go and do one more row the same as the last row. Just do single crochet in each stitch around. That would be total 12 times. And I will meet you before we finish the row. So I'm about to finish the row. Last single crochet, I take out the stitch marker and make a single crochet. Stitch marker back into the last stitch. And now for row 9 we're going to make single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, single crochet in the third stitch, and an increase into the fourth stitch for total 3 times until we get to the stitch marker. So let's do it together. Single crochet in the first 3 stitches, that's 1, single crochet in the second, single crochet in the third, and an increase into the fourth stitch. So that's one time. Let's do it again. Single crochet in the first, single crochet in the second, single crochet in the third, and an increase into the fourth stitch. Last time, single crochet in the first, single crochet in the second, single crochet in the third, and last increase you take out the stitch marker and make your decrease. So So we finished row 9 and we have 15 single crochets around. Put back your stitch marker into the last stitch that you made. For row 1 we're going to make 15 single crochets, which means 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, single crochet in the third stitch. Keep going just like that until you get to the end of the row. Okay, last stitch, take out the stitch marker and just make the last single crochet. Now we finished row 10 and we have 15 single crochets around. Put the stitch marker back into the last stitch that we made. For row 11, we're going to do single crochet in the next 4 stitches and an increase into the 5th stitch for total 3 times. So let's do it together. Single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, single crochet in the third stitch, single crochet in the 4th stitch, and an increase into the 5th stitch. So that's 1 time. Let's do it again. Single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, single crochet in the third stitch, single crochet in the 4th stitch, and then increase into the 5th stitch. And 1 more time, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and last stitch. Take out your stitch marker and make an increase. So now at the end of row 11 we have 18 single crochets around. Take your stitch marker and put it into the last stitch that we made. For row number 12 we're going to make single crochet in the next 5 stitches and then increase into the 6th stitch for total 3 times. So single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet in the second stitch, single crochet in the third stitch, single crochet in the 4th stitch, single crochet in the 5th stitch, and stitch number 6 we're going to make an increase. So that's 1 time. We can do it. We need to do it 2 more times. Single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and an increase. 1 more time. Single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and last stitch, take out the stitch marker and make an increase. Okay, so at the end of row 12 we have 21 single crochets around. For row number 13 in the last row, we're going to make an increase into the first stitch and then 6 single crochets in the next 6 stitches. I mean 1 single crochet in each stitch of the next 6 stitches for total 3 times. So let's do it together. We start with an increase and now we count 6 more stitches, which we do 1 single crochet in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's 1 time. Let's do it again. Increase into the next stitch and single crochet in the next 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. One more time, make an increase into the next stitch and 1 single crochet into each of the next 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and last stitch, take out the stitch marker and make a single crochet. So we finished now the tail. We're going to finish off. So take your hook into the next stitch and just make a slip stitch. Cut your yarn leaf tail to sew the tail onto the body. Just like that. Pull. And here is our tail. So now last part is the muzzle. For the muzzle, if you're making this dragon with those colors, you're going to use the red yarn. And if you're doing the purple one as I am doing, you use again the purple yarn. So let's start. For the muzzle, we're going to start with a slip knot. And chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now for row number 1, we're going to start from the second chain from the hook. So you skip this one and go into this one straight in, and you're going to make an increase. Go into next chain and make a single crochet. Next chain, make a single crochet. Next chain, make an increase. Now you turn your work like that, and you're going to work at the back of the chains. So now we're going to make an increase into the next stitch, into the next chain. Next chain, make a single crochet. Next chain, make another single crochet. And for the last chain, we're going to make an increase. So now we finished row 1 and we have total of 12 stitches around. For row 2, we're going to go into the next stitch and make an increase. Now we're going to make 4 single crochets. That means single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So 1 single crochet in the second, 1 single crochet in the third, and 1 single crochet in the fourth. Now we're going to make an increase into the next stitch. Another increase into the next stitch. And 4 single crochets single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So one single crochet in the next, one single crochet in the next, and one single crochet in the next. And for the last stitch we're going to make an increase. So we finished row 2 and we have 16 stitches around. For row number 3 we're going to use the back loops only and just do single crochets all around. If you have here a small hole, that's okay, we will close it later. So just use the back loops only and do 16 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't forget to use the back loops only. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 back loops only, single crochets. So we finished row 3 and we have 16 single crochets around. For row number 4, the last row, we're going to single crochet in each stitch around. That would be total 16 times. So just do a single crochet in each stitch 16 times. Let's do it together. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 stitches. Now we're going to finish off. So you do a slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 1 and cut your yarn, leave enough tail to sew it onto the head. Now you pull. Later on we will make the black here like this one. Okay, so let's see which parts we have now. So now we have 2 arms, 2 legs, a belly, 2 corns, 1 tail, 1 muzzle, and the head and the body. Now what left is just to sew everything on the body and the head. If you know how to do it, you can just go on and do it. And if you need, we can do it together and I will show you how to sew every part to the body. So we will start with the arms. You take 1 arm and with a needle like that. First we're going to place it like that. It looks great. So you leave the other one and you're going to work on this arm first. So you go into the body and out of the body, like that, and pull. Now you go into the next stitch of the arm, the front and the back one, and go straight into the body and out of the body. Next stitch of the arm, the front and the back one, into the body and out of the body. Like that. Last stitch, the front one and the back one into the body and out of the body. Now, don't pull too fast. When you have a small loop, you bring the needle through and pull tight. Okay, now needle into the body and bring it out somewhere else to hide the yarn. And you want to cut this piece. Now you go and do the second arm the same as we did now, and I will meet you when I finish. Make sure you put it at the same place and at the same row. Next, we're going to work with the legs. So take one leg and use the needle. Place your legs where you want them exactly to be. Like that, and leave one, and we're going to work just the same we did with the arms. So you take your needle into the body and out, like that, and pull. Now you go into the next stitch, the front and the back one, and into the body and out of the body, just like that. Next stitch, front and back, into the body and out of the body. Next, just work the same until we finish. And last one, into the body, out of the body. Before, when you have a small loop, bring your needle through and pull. Now just hide your yarn. And you want to cut this end. Now you work the same with the second leg. Make sure you place it at the right place and on the same row. I will meet you once I'm done. Now we're going to sew the belly. So first you place it. If you have a long tail from the beginning, you just cut to make it short. And like that. Take your needle and now you are going to sew it around. So first you take your needle into the body and out of the body. and pull. Now you go from the bottom and go into the next stitch of the belly. Now into the next stitch from the top to the bottom, into the body and out of the body. You keep going like that all the way. From the bottom to the top of the stitch of the belly. Now we skipped this stitch, we're going to go into this one and straight into the belly. Now you keep going this way all the way. Make sure it stays in the middle and make sure you don't skip any stitch. Now from the outside, from the bottom to the top of the stitch. Now in the previous stitch, straight into the body and out. Just keep going all the way and I will meet you once I'm done. So I have now the last stitch to sew the body, the belly to the body, and I'm going to take it in the stitch and out here. Now I'm going to make it unable to open, so insert your needle like that, pull, and when you have a small loop, bring your needle through and pull. Just like that. Now we're going to hide the yarn. And you want now to cut the tail. Okay. Next will be the corns. Take your needle and place them and see exactly where you want them to go. Like that. Yes, that should be fine. And you're going to work with this one. First thing you do, okay, is take your needle into the head and out of the head. Pull. Okay. Now you're going to go into the next stitch from the inside to the outside and just pull like that. Always make sure it stays at the right place that you want it to be. Now into the next stitch you go from the outside to the inside, straight into the head and out of the head. Pull. Next, from the inside to the outside of the next stitch and you pull Just note before we close and finish this, we're going to put some stuffing. Okay, so into the next stitch, straight into the head and out of the head. Now from the inside to the outside of the next stitch. Now when you have a small hole, you can just fill a little bit with stuffing. Like that. This tail you can just cut so it won't bother you, and put it also inside. And we're going to continue working here. So we go into the next stitch from the outside to the inside, straight into the body, into the head and out of the head. Next stitch, pull tight. Next stitch, straight into the head. And we have here one left. And just bring it in the next stitch and out somewhere approximately here. So then we will make 2 knots with the tail that left from the second corn that we will do. So don't cut this for now and go work on the second corn and do just the same as this one. So I'm about to finish the second corn. I just take the needle into the last stitch and bring it out at the same place as the second yarn. Okay, what we're going to do now is 2 knots. And just hide the yarn into the head. That's one. And that's 2. Now we just cut those tails. With the back of the needle you can just hide the color. Okay. So now we're going to sew the tail. So you turn your work. And with the needle you are first going to place the tail in between the legs, you see? So that's the middle. Now you're going to take your needle and go into the body and out of the body. Like that. Now you pull. So now you just going to work around just the same as we did with the cones, and before you finish closing it you will have a small hole and then you can fill with stuffing. So now into the next stitch from the inside to the outside, pull. Next, from the outside to the inside, straight into the body and out of the body. Now just make sure that your tail stays at the right place and just keep going the same way. Into the next stitch, straight into the body and out of the body. Okay, into the tail of the next stitch of the tail and next stitch straight into the body. Make sure it stays at the right place that you want it to be sewn. Keep going before you finish when you have a small hole, and I will meet you by then. Now I have this hole left. I'm going to take filling fiber and stuff the tail. Make sure your stuffing gets into the end of the tail. And you can keep going and close the little hole that's left. So now I have the last stitch. I get a needle through into the body, out of a different place, pull. Now needle into the body, take it out close to the same place, and when you have a small loop just bring the needle through like that and pull. Now just tie the yarn and you cut this small tail that's left. There you go. Now what's left for us is only the muzzle. So take it and bring it through the needle like that. Now you want to place it at the right place. Like that. And you're going to take your needle and bring it through the head and out of the head close to the same place. Pull. And you're going to work just the same as we did with the tail and the cones and just sew it up. Make sure it's at the same place and at the right place every like 2 or 3 stitches and just keep going. Make sure you don't skip any stitches. So keep going, and when you have a small hole, you just fill with a filling fiber, and I will meet you before I finish closing the muzzle to show you how to close this little hole that's left for us here. So I got to the last stitch here. I'm going to bring the needle through straight into the head and out close to the muzzle, like that. Now you take your needle Now pull until you have a small loop. Bring the needle through and pull. Now to hide this little hole, you take your needle into the same place that is here and you bring it one row on the top of the hole and pull slowly, not too tight. Now you're just going to cover it and go one row down from the hole and bring it outside of the head, like that. Here is our muzzle. Now you want to cut this piece. And last thing that's left for us, you take your black yarn with a needle into the bottom of the muzzle somewhere here, and you want to bring it out approximately here, like that. Now, one row down, bring your needle inside and out of the same row of the beginning here, like that, and one row down, and you bring it out at the same place that your tail is. No, I don't like the place of it, so I just take out and do again. Let's try one more time. Yes, looks better. So now we're going to do 2 knots here with black yarn, and don't pull too tight. And now you can cut the yarn and hide it with the back of the needle. Just pull it inside, like that. So there you go. We just finished. Here are our two dragons. I hope it helped you. I wish you good luck and please subscribe and feel free to watch more tutorials on my channel. Thanks and bye.